In June 2011, Mandeep Singh was prevented from leaving the country on work assignment by immigration authorities for not paying installments on his student loan, a claim he denies. This prompted him to take legal action for defamation and wrongful detention against his funder, the Higher National Education Fund, better known by its Malay acronym, PTPTN. He says that this was an injustice and prompted him to campaign for the right to free education.
Well, this incident happened somewhere back then in 2011, somewhere in June, whereby I supposed to leave the country to go to China, but I was stopped at airport and denied leaving the country because of I was informed that I didn't settle my debts with PTPTN, which is not true and which is wrong, whereby because I've paid the sum amount the outstanding that I owe them. So when I saw that was this kind of injustice happen, so then I decided that to challenge this kind of act being implemented by PTPTN against the borrowers.
Mandeep took a loan of 48,000 ringgit in 2000 for 3 years, but his current statement shows that he still owes them 48,000 ringgit, even though he has paid off 4,000 ringgit. Mandeep took his loan to attend University Industri Selangor, where he graduated in 2009 with a degree in industrial management.
As of today, I think total borrowers is 2.24 million borrowers, but there's so far only one case challenge in court. The last statistic, if I'm not mistaken, is 100 over 1,000 people who are blacklisted, can't leave the country because of you can't pay back the PTPTN loan. So then they deny your freedom of movement and they don't allow you to leave the country.
Every year, an estimated 70,000 students graduate from private and public universities. Many are debtors to the National Higher Education Fund Corporation, or PTPTN. The list of defaulters is long, and in June this year, the government threatened to put the student loan scheme under the Central Credit Reference Information System. This would mean that defaulters could be taken to court for bankruptcy. But after huge protests, they backed down and have delayed the implementation.
If PTPTN is being parked under secrets or they implement secrets, I believe millions over young Malaysians tomorrow will not be able to buy a house, buy a car, or you can't even take any other loans. But now, immediately after when they wanted to implement, there was heavy criticism against the youngs and the politicians. So then they decided to pull back the Secrets Act.
Malaysia's tertiary education system is made out of public and private colleges and universities. Given that tertiary education is expensive everywhere around the world, what solutions can be provided to ease the financial burden of graduates? We speak to student activist Adam Adli, who had organised Occupy protest against PTPTN in 2012.
Kebanyakannya akan menuntut pendidikan percuma itu berlaku tanpa sebab dan penghapusan PTPTN itu juga berlaku tanpa ada alternatif lain. Pihak yang lain yang menawarkan idea yang sedikit berbeza, yang katanya lebih realistik dan lebih mudah untuk dilaksanakan, digantikan dengan skim pinjaman pendidikan yang lain, contohnya daripada bank dan sebagainya, yang menawarkan faedah lebih rendah daripada PTPTN. Dan untuk yang selebihnya, yang benar-benar layak untuk menjadi institusi pendidikan, mekanisme lain untuk menampung yuran pelajar-pelajar ni harus ada. Antaranya beasiswa daripada syarikat-syarikat korporat yang selama ni saya kira sedikit mengabaikan tanggungjawab sosial mereka. Dan kemudian ditambah pula dengan contohnya loan ataupun satu sistem loan pelajar baru menggantikan PTPTN yang tak ada interest rate, yang tidak nak buat keuntungan apa sekalipun. Dia memang dikeluarkan untuk menampung keperluan pelajar-pelajar tersebut.
The argument for bringing in commercial banks to provide student education loans is that they would be more competitive in what they can offer.
At the age of 23-24, you have a debt like 48,000 ringgit or 50,000, right? And you need to pay monthly like 300 or 400. But actually, your salary is at 2,000 ringgit. living at KL, you may need to rent a house. If you have a car, you need to pay for car. You need to support your family at the hometown and other more things, right? So end of the day, you will not have money actually to pay back the loan, which is because living in Kuala Lumpur is not that cheap.
This debt will be generational. Before parents can pay off their debt, their children will start being debtors as soon as they enter university.
Today, I'm a debtor of 48,000, right? Tomorrow, if I get married, the girl I'm going to get married, I mean, my future wife could be also a PTPTN borrower. So, me as a debtor, she will be as a debtor. And if I have kids, and at that particular time, I can't afford to provide them, or I don't have enough of saving to educate them, means that they also need to borrow PTPTN. So it's like going to be a family debt. You're going to run a family. Father, mother, children, grandchildren. So this thing is like, it's not going to be like only as an individual, it's going to be like family debt. In bahasa they call it hutang berketurunan. Daripada bapa turun kepada anak, anak turun kepada cucu dan turun. Dan this thing will never go off. It's going to be a chain.
For Mandeep, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He still has a debt to pay of 48,000 ringgit, and losing at the courts has increased his financial burden even more, as he has to pay costs to the defendants.
I have lost 2 times in court. I still have a chance to appeal in Court of Appeal, but I don't know whether to proceed more or not because of looking at the charges that I need to pay. End of the day, it's quite high. So for me, I will keep on, or will still campaign for free education. The struggle of free education doesn't end here. We are young, we can't buy a house, we can't buy a car, but we are full with debt.
In a recent report, the Education Ministry said in a statement that 45,550 out of the 132,801 who were blacklisted have begun making loan repayments. The country's Deputy Education Minister, Mary Yap, said the move to blacklist borrowers was not carried out indiscriminately, but was the last resort.
PTPTN telah melaksanakan pelbagai kaedah dan pendekatan yang fleksibel dalam memungut semula hutang terhadap semua peminjam PTPTN. Antara implikasi yang akan ditanggung oleh peminjam termasuklah langkah pengerai hitam di Jabatan Imigresen Malaysia, dan Saman telah pelbagai langkah peringatan dan ruang perundingan diberikan oleh PTPTN. Proses mengenaraikan hitam dan saman ke atas peminjam tidak sewenang-wenangnya diambil, dan ianya merupakan tindakan terakhir selepas peminjam masih gagal membuat pembayaran balik atau tampil berunding.